Breaking the news that's already broken. It's time for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
The Major League Baseball labor dispute is over, so the season is on, but the total lack of excitement continues. The drought in the western United States is the worst in 1,200 years. The only drought longer in the U.S. is the one held by the New York Jets from being in the playoffs. Bobby McFerrin turned 72, but he's still keeping up with the times. Check out his brand new single, Worry.
Making sure breaking news stays broken. Tune in Monday for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
We're springing ahead this weekend. Now it's time for a visit from a guy who is back from the future. 1 hour in the future on Rock 107.
Prospector, sorry to interrupt you, but I have to tell you this. You need to know. The 10:25 bus is 6 minutes late. Prospector, I'm telling you, the future is a crazy place. Stay safe, and I'll keep you informed.
He's returned from 1 hour in the future on Rock 107.
Not everybody's day goes according to plan. A lot of people, when their day falls apart, go online and share what's happened. I share their stories with you. Epic Fails on Rock 107.
Have you heard about the lonesome loser? He's a loser, but he still keeps on trying.
I sent my girlfriend a nice good morning text after I woke up. Then I found a paper note stuck to my bedroom door in which she broke up with me.
You are one pathetic loser.
My ex-husband and the woman he left me for, also known as my sister, are getting married on my birthday. My mom is gleefully helping plan the wedding, and she seriously sees nothing wrong with it and tells me to stop being a bitter Betty.
Le who? The her.
Their lack of success makes us feel better about our lives. Epic Fails on Rock 107. My mother bought a boat. She still hasn't paid me back the $1,000 she owes me, though.
Loser.
I was walking in the mountains when I tripped, and I grabbed onto a fence in an attempt to soften my fall. The fence was electrified.
What a loser!
Their defeat is our victory. Epic Fails on Rock 107. My neighbors bought a signal scrambler to stop their kids from going on the internet at night. Too bad it blocks my internet, too.
You're already a loser.
I'm in the hospital with a broken leg and a bruised left backside because my boyfriend's wife came home earlier than expected from work, and my only escape was from the second-story window. Turns out plastic trash cans are not very cushiony.
You're a loser!
I asked my mother if she thought my cat was getting fat. She replied, "It's not the cat you should be worried about." Oh, I'm doing it again. Good morning. I'm Rock 107's Prospector. It's been a little while since I've done it, but I have a song to sing, and I don't care how badly I sing it. It's time for another Prospector's poorly sung parody song, and this has something to do with everything going on in the Ukraine, and you're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. Enjoy, if you can.
You're a Yambag, Mr. Putin. You really are a heel. You've invaded sovereign nations. You're bombing kids and women, Mr. Putin. You're a sad jackhole, and your brain's an empty hole. You're a monster, Mr. Putin. You're Russia's big a-hole. Ukraine has not surrendered. They have strength in their soul, Mr. Putin. NATO should hit you with a targeted missile from a Type 212 submarine or a drone.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm a terrible singer.
We're springing ahead this weekend. Now it's time for a visit from a guy who is back from the future. 1 hour in the future on Rock 107.
Prospector. Listen, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I have to tell you. They ran out of mint flavoring at your Dunkin'.
He's returned from 1 hour in the future on Rock 107.
It's the return of an old favorite here. Good morning. I'm Rock 107's Prospector. And whether or not we have a parade in downtown Scranton, I think we probably will. But with the storm, they're going to have another meeting about it today. But either way, Mr. Manley's here thinking about the parade. Hey. It's Mr. Manley with another lesson on how to be a man. As St. Patrick's Day approaches, I like to go home to Northeast PA and head to the single greatest one-day event known to man, the Scranton St. Patrick's Parade, and hit most, if not all, of the pubs. Of course, I dress properly, all in green, but I carry one particularly important accessory which really makes me stand out. Yep, I have my walking stick, known in Ireland as a shillelagh. This always catches the eye of the young lasses, and when they get inquisitorial, I feel I must respond in a manly way. If you ever find yourself in a similar situation, please follow along in your manly manual under the holiday section, page 456. Just look for the shamrocks and repeat after me. Number 1, so you like my shillelagh, do you? Well, I've got a shillelagh for you right here. Number 2, would you like to hold it? And if you do, then I'll thank you. My tribute to ZZ Top. And number 3, my favorite shillelagh comes with a set of Blarney stones. Moments later, when Scranton police are hitting you with their version of a shillelagh as a crowd of drunken onlookers cheer, you'll realize just what kind of man you are. Until next time, this is Mr. Manley saying, be manly and happy St. Paddy's Day.
The following rant may cause you to pull your hair out, scream at the radio, punch the dashboard. Complaints should be addressed to Loudmouth Yambag at rock107.com.
What a week. I am Rock 107's Prospector, and here's what's got me jacked. St. Patrick's Day is coming up, and that means parade. Add to that the fact that I have to deal with tons of people who take their heritage way too seriously for my taste, and you can see why I'm now dreading the parades this weekend. Yeah, that's right, I said it. I hate having to deal with Irish pride, even though I'm Irish, or for that matter, Italian pride, German pride, Norwegian pride, whatever. I'm the type of guy who holds no allegiance to geography and culture. I happen to be a U.S. citizen, mostly because I was born here and I'm too lazy to see what the rest of the world is like. But I know I'm going to run into 100 drunken, freckled-faced, small-phallused Irish yambags who tell me how great it is to be Irish and how I should be proud of my heritage. I have no pride in being Irish or anything else that I have no control over. How can I take credit or pride in the fact that my dad simply liked to tag Irish-looking women? Trust me, if my mother didn't have double D's when she was young, I could have easily just have been of French heritage. Man! Did I go off on a tangent? What I meant to say was enjoy the parade. Feel free to celebrate your Irish heritage by purchasing a Guinness for me and shutting up about it. I'm Prospector. I'm for the people. Who's with me? I gotta go crazy, man!
Ever see the crazy guy screaming at the wall outside the Times building?
Where does this rage come from, my son?
Tweet us with hashtag I found Prospector, and we'll come and get him. Prospector, mornings on Rock 107.
We're springing ahead this weekend. Now it's time for a visit from a guy who is back from the future. 1 hour in the future on Rock 107.
Prospector, I gotta let you know, before it's too late, the men's room will run out of paper towels.
He's returned from 1 hour in the future on Rock 107.
Life's pretty tough right now. There's plenty of bad news, but it's not all bad. It's time for the brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
Imagine you're driving down Market Street past Kirby Park and you see a teenager stuck high up in a tree. It happened in Indiana. Firefighters in Indianapolis rescued a teenager from a tree the other day. Now, he climbed up the tree to rescue a cat and he got stuck 35 feet up. Luckily, he's fine, other than a couple of scrapes. Firefighters said the cat made no effort to come down and seemed like it was enjoying himself, so they just left it alone. A tree trimmer eventually got the cat down, though.
Thanks. We needed that. The brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
We're springing ahead this weekend. Now it's time for a visit from a guy who is back from the future. 1 hour in the future on Rock 107.
Prospector. Oh, I'm just in time. Listen, you may not want to put Diablo sauce on your burrito supreme. I'm just saying.
He's returned from 1 hour in the future on Rock 107.
Yambag? A fool, an idiot, a blockhead, a dunce, or an ignoramus, you know, a dullard, simpleton, or a clot, nitwit, dipstick, pea-brain, mouth-breather, or cretin.
It's now time to announce the winner of Prospector's Yambag of the Week.
Here are the nominees. Nominee number 1.
A woman in Frackville, Pennsylvania got 2 guys to dig up her ex-boyfriend's ashes last year, and she just got caught. After she left the urn sitting on a table, and her probation officer, who was looking for evidence of this crime anyway, noticed it on the table.
Nominee number 2.
A woman turned to Reddit for advice after her husband suggested something very dumb. They've been struggling to get pregnant, and her younger sister offered to be their surrogate. Now the husband wants to save money by skipping the whole in vitro fertilization thing and getting her sister pregnant the old-fashioned way.
Nominee number 3.
Well, this wasn't very neighborly. A 64-year-old guy in Florida got arrested last Friday after he walked up his neighbor's driveway naked in broad daylight, saw a glass table on their porch, and defecated on top of that table. Ugh.
Nominee number 4.
A Walmart employee in Pennsylvania was caught stealing $800 from a lost wallet that he found. While police were searching him, they found drugs too, so now he faces theft and drug charges.
And the winner is...
In a close one, the naked guy who pooed on a glass table on his neighbor's porch. You, sir, are disgusting. And you're the Yambag of the Week. Keep it here for more nominees for Prospector's Yambag of the Day, weekday mornings on Rock 107.
We're springing ahead this weekend. Now it's time for a visit from a guy who is back from the future. 1 hour in the future on Rock 107.
Prospector, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I have to tell you, you need to know before it's too late. Jim from Twin Hills Weight Loss Centers has now lost 119 pounds.
He's returned from 1 hour in the future on Rock 107.
Listening to Prospector's Prime Cuts podcast. Be sure to catch us live weekdays from 5:30 to 10 a.m. on Rock 107 or online at rock107.com or the Rock 107 app. A free download for your Android or iPhone. Subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, or wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss Prospector's Prime Cuts.